this is something that did happen here at home tonight. Large police presence. We see fire trucks. We have ambulances. And now we know that there are injuries reported. Again, we do not know how many victims tonight, but we do know that the suspect, the gunman, is dead at this time.
And it makes you wonder now what the police presence is going to be like after this, because I don't. I mean, it was scheduled to close, I believe, at midnight tonight.
I don't know what to say, guys.
As it traditionally does on Black Friday. Whether or not that will happen, I'm sure Jeff Vlasov and Larissa Scott are in there talking to Galleria Mall officials to
well,
that up. We don't know when that mall will open.
It's in my state, guys.
It will open up again, and I would imagine.
Emma, just found out the suspect is dead at the mall, at the Galleria, the biggest mall in Alabama. This just happened. I ain't believing it. Guys, seriously, this is not looking good. People are running out the look. They're running out the area right now. We had an active shooter. Hoover police got him, though. Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, where my uncle used to work. I tried to warn y'all. George Soros hired some people to shoot.
Well, Brittany, it's been confirmed by police a shooting here on this Black Friday.
It's a real shooting this time, guys. It's not no drone.
A lot different from what we saw about half an hour ago.
It's a real shooting.
And I want to reiterate to you again, just to paint the picture of the pandemonium.
This is where I worked security when I was a teenager. After I graduated, believe it or not, they're actually talking about closing this Galleria down and turning it into a boulevard, maybe a FEMA camp boulevard. I don't know, but it's bad, guys. My niece is there. I'm trying to get a hold of her right now. I wish somebody would answer the phone. By answering lately. I'm worried, guys.
Trying to escape the situation that was happening inside. We're also told by people that I think it may have happened near the JC
Pray.
We're still working to get that confirmed to you as well. But once again,
first shooting of the year, guys, for the Black Friday. It's the Black Friday sale.
They never wanted anything like this to happen, but they were prepared. They had several crews on scene here tonight.
Who would have thought it would be Alabama?
So we're working really hard to get you the most
I didn't call that one.
Information as possible. That's the latest here, Hoover. Back to you.
Larissa, thank you so much. As she just mentioned, just to recap, this was earlier tonight. Very chaotic scene. A lot of people leaving the mall. We have tons of police presence and ambulances, emergency crews that were there. A much different.
I wasn't trying to come back on here either. I didn't want to come back on here.
Since vacating the area,
I ain't felt good today. But
about 20 minutes, so we are staying on top of this. Again,
people don't watch the real news or the fake news anymore. But this is real. The gunman is dead. I repeat, the gunman is dead. They have killed him. That's good. The west side of the Galleria. I know where that is. That's actually the Cinnamon places. 12/15, November 23rd. 9/23. Yeah.
It's going to make it that much more chaotic. But
who would have thunk Alabama, guys?
We're hearing from some of these witnesses where some of the shooting, at least they were hearing shooting, that would be.
Guess I need to get it on my Facebook, don't I? Don't really want to. I didn't want to, but.
It seems like this is something that is kind of isolated to the. Now this is back live, so you can see how much.
People from Alabama, kids are probably there shopping for Christmas. Unbelievable.
They really are. They're doing a great job at this time. And think about how busy it was that time of night. About 9.
Y'all know, got any information? Let me know. I'm still getting I'm just now getting this, guys. I just left live, guys. Seriously, I didn't want to come back.
It was the most crowded they've ever seen it. Thousands of people.
I really didn't.
So it was a really bad time for something so tragic.
Unbelievable. They just opened up a Dave & Buster's.
At the time, she was in the parking garage right outside the JCPenney, heard several shots there.
Oh my God.
It was the most dramatic scene that she's ever
Who would have
seen.
thought
She said,
this would happen today
jumping in cars,
or tonight?
To get out of there. You were mentioning your wife was in there earlier.
Not here. I thought it would be San Francisco or New York.
Aeropostale store up on the second level near.
Well, I was wrong, wasn't I?
Another woman who was in the American Eagle store.
I admit my wrongs.
Same general area, and as soon as the shots were
This is awful.
The employees of whatever store you happen to be in were
Agenda free, talking about Chinese consulate attack. They're not even worried about the United States. Agenda free. How you like that? Am I the only one that's reporting this? I'm seeing that. Nobody else is reporting it but me. Wow. Okay. I was the first one to report the shooting in Las Vegas. Live.
She heard, I think, the total of about 15 shots, 5 in one time period, or about 10. At least that's what she thought she heard. So
yeah.
In the area she was in, which was, I believe she said the JCPenney area, which would be kind of the north area of the mall, she said it was chaotic and people were pulling kids out of strollers and running like crazy. My wife and the woman we heard from who was in the American Eagle store, it wasn't quite that crazy, but they were moving quickly to get out. We saw MTs going through there with their
people were dead.
Their big,
we just don't know how many yet.
I saw a video of the food court.
People were dead.
Food trays and wrappers and food just
this happened at the food court. Unbelievable. That's a big place. That's where the carousel and everything is.
And you just don't know.
Yeah, it is, Mike. In my hometown. This is my hometown, Mike. Who would have thunk? I'm right down the road. I'm like 4 exits from Hoover.
Let's hear from one of them that we spoke to a little bit earlier.
Just a lot of people running through Sears.
In the back of the locker room, were back in the back, and we were all pushing back of the store, and we heard the gunshots and everything. People running, screaming.
We were on Navy and we didn't know what happened. We were just like scared. I thought something's gonna happen to us.
Hear the people there. Very emotional, very scared, traumatized, talking to us after this just happened earlier this
wow,
week. So
folks.
we appreciate them sharing their story. Can't
just pray for us.
Traumatic it is. It could be any one of us.
Pray for the whole United States. The whole United States needs prayer.
Heading out this evening. They're trying to get the last few cars.
Oh shoot, I didn't do that.
The Hoover police do say that this scene is calm at this time. They at least have it under control. So they do advise people, though, to still stay away from this area at the time. So do not go anywhere near the Galleria.
Who's drunk?
We're taking a look right now. The left-hand side of your screen that you're looking at, that is
no, that guy's dead. They killed him.
You're looking at on the right hand.
Hoover police shot him.
Screen where tons of cars, where everybody was leaving at once. Jeff Eliasov has described it as a mass exodus, where people were just getting out of that area.
I don't know.
Again, we do not know how many victims.
All I know is he's dead. They killed him, but we don't know how many other people are dead. We just know that they were running out of Sears.
Injured in this incident.
Yeah, we know
it's on the west side of the Galleria. I know a lot of y'all are on my Alabama Facebooks, my 5 Facebooks, and my God, Black Friday shooting, light them up. That's what is going on.
For the mall employees, because there's a lot of people who want to look. A lot of people are mapping out.
Like and share, because people don't realize what's going to be next for them. Because I have a feeling we're not done. I think there'll be more tonight. That's why I'm staying up. I went to sleep, took a nap, and I had a feeling this was coming. But I didn't know it was going to happen in Alabama. This is like blowing me away right now. This is like blowing me away. People are getting kicked off my Facebook, YouTube, for the saying the wrong stuff. That is not me, it's YouTube. They're sending me messages telling me that you are actually liking and disliking my videos, and they think that you're nothing but a piece of shit, pretty much. And if you keep on hitting it, like and dislike it, the same thing over and over and over again, it's just going to kick you off, and that's what they did. Just thought you might want to know that. Black Friday.
But to have something like this happen, it just completely out of the ordinary.
And they're prepared too. You know, police are prepared. They have tons of extra crews that are there, that are working overtime, that are working hard to make sure this area is safe.
I'm calling it the Black Friday shopping shootout.
ATM 13 Florissa Scott has been there for a bit of time now. Initially, a little bit better there now.
Yes, it's definitely calmed down, but right now we know that we have multiple
She said it's definitely calming down. That's good.
In Hoover, I want to give you another look at what it looks like out here right now. Much calmer than it was about 45 minutes ago or so.
That's good.
Really, you're only seeing law enforcement vehicles driving by. And earlier this scene, just again, for those of you who weren't here, to let you know exactly how crazy it was. These streets were completely blocked. You had people going in every direction, just trying to get out.
Guys, I'm telling you right now,
several police officers directing traffic, trying to get people out.
if you're out there helping George Soros shooting and killing people, they're not playing. They're going to kill you, and they did. Another one I've never shot on Black Friday. I'm sure.
And again, I just want to direct your attention to these.
I didn't see what you said. Okay. I'm sure there will be more tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I'm not scared. We're going to go out. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're out there, the ones that's drones are on your ass. You don't even have a chance no more, folks. You don't have a chance to get away. You done. You done. God's eyes is here now.
Several more injured. That number has not been confirmed yet, and we're trying to work to get that information to you as quickly as possible. But here, everything much calmer now than it was before. Talking to people, they're scared. Scary side of their life.
I'm worried about
from many people driving on the way
kids.
They never expected anything like this would happen, and it was frightening. That just is described. One woman said 15 rounds of shots.
15 rounds of shots.
Was coming from, and they were just trying to get out here safely. So soon we will get more information for you, and we're working to get you the very latest. That's what I have now in Hoover. Back to you.
Larissa, thank you so much. As she had mentioned,
he was hired by George Soros. I'm getting emails finally. That's what I thought that was going to happen. George Soros hired this guy on the emails from Craigslist. They're hiring actors and they're hiring shooters. This is not acting. This is the real deal, folks.
We do know that the gunman is dead.
The gunman is dead, folks. This is the real deal. Remember, all the other gunmen, if you noticed, all the other gunmen are not dead on other ones for a reason. Soros is front man for UN. Yeah.
Black Friday shopping, Thanksgiving shopping, never mind. Probably not even back to a mall again.
You're right, Allison.
Don Hawes is sitting next to me, and his wife was inside.
We are just,
a lot of other people, and she was put in
I'm just here as a bystander and just giving you what's going on here in Hoover. I'm sure you're not hearing it on CNN because it's not fake, but this is the real deal. CNN's too dang worried about fake news, fake presidents.
A storage room in the Aeropostale store, which is the second level of
yep.
the gallery.
I know where the Aeropostale is. That's over there close to, yep, Von Mar. I know right where that is. That's where I put the application in when I was a kid.
The chaotic part and the hectic part for a lot of people.
This is actually not the first shooting, though, here in Hoover, guys. There was a shooting a couple of years ago here. This is not the first one here in Hoover, Alabama at the Galleria. I will tell you that much. And this is not the first shooting that's happened during Christmas holidays here.
From other witnesses who got separated from their family members, eventually they all did find each other and get back.
There's about 85,000 people strong in this city that's needing a hospital. UAB decided to go to Calera. I mean, not Calera. McCalla.
We're working to confirm what these pictures are, but I'm hearing things from around the Champs store, which is one of the sneaker stores in there, which is again right outside of JCPenney, which is in the northern part of one of the wings.
So he was just running out there. I just want to know how old this guy was, because I reported this a couple of months ago that a teenage kid went into the Hoover Tactical Services where they sell guns and everything and rifles. He got away with a bunch of guns when he busted out the window. I wonder if it was him.
In one of the stores too, so they needed.
It was a teenager.
So there was just a lot going on at the time, and nobody.
And now I want to know who did this. That's the thing. I'm waiting on information on that.
They didn't know, where it was coming from. Many people say they.
Because this is making sense. The robber robbed these guns in Hoover, and now there is a shooting in Hoover. This makes sense. They don't know how many people are involved. Ain't that something? This is like confusing.
People were pulling kids out of baby strollers, and they were just gathering up whatever they could as quick as they could and getting out. To be seen, and as you can see, this is the outside. This is video as we were arriving, and this was probably our crews got on the scene probably about 15 to 20 minutes afterwards. So this is the scene outside of that, and this started the big traffic jam, because this is when the police were starting to get people out.
My grandma works there.
There was victims.
Your grandma?
Were hearing over the scanners. There were shootings inside, so we're trying to figure out all of that. So that's when all the emergency personnel started showing up.
Who's your grandma?
Sheriff cruiser you see go by right there.
And where is this at?
Right there. So that's when you started seeing.
Well, I mean, which part does she work?
That would be about 10 o'clock at night.
This is Hoover, Alabama, my hometown.
We're very careful about social media and seeing what was going on, as we were doing too, but we have to make sure these.
Your friend.
Find out exactly what's going on before we.
You from Alabama?
With you, because of course there's a lot of people talking.
Who's your friend?
Certain things, or seeing certain things, or hearing certain things. So we take into account, what witnesses are saying, they heard or they saw, but we also rely obviously heavily, and we present to you as facts the information that's coming from police. And
I mean, I know a lot of y'all are on my Alabama Facebook that's just now getting this.
We obviously have a confirmed shooting right now, where the gunman is dead. There are injuries at this time. We do
Molly.
know how many people are.
Okay.
Getting to safety, and again.
Well, I used to work there too.
Earlier, so what you're looking
I was security there.
This is not live. This was a short time ago, where it was much more chaotic. People were standing outside. They were running to their cars. They were walking out of the mall, and they were just trying to get out of the parking lot.
One of my ex-girlfriend was the manager at GameStop, Tiffany.
So we had Larissa Scott with us maybe 15 minutes ago, and it was a much calmer scene around there. This is Galleria Boulevard. Again, if you
I can't even get a hold of none of them. I was thinking they were there.
Right here. This is looking
couldn't find my niece. I don't know if my niece is there or not. That's what I'm concerned about. There she goes to my school. She got shot in the back.
Just texted me not too long ago. It took them about close to an hour and a half.
Who?
To get from the top level of the parking
and when?
To our house in Paulina, which just to get out of the mall to our home would be about 20 minutes. So you tack all that on top of it, it took an extra, hour and 15 minutes to get through. But finally they got through there. So if they were on the top level, bumper getting through, now they're home. So that tells you right there that most of that area is pretty much.
Nobody even got. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, Layla.
Being escorted or let out of the mall.
This is how I know you're stupid. And I'm about to bring you. No, don't even say not sure.
They were just being told that it was safe to leave.
You don't get off my Facebook and off my YouTube channel with the lies. We're going to find where you're at, like I've done all the others. If you don't care what's going on, leave. Okay? I know you're not telling the truth. My advisors just told me who should leave. I'm not here to play games with you. Nobody. Oh, by the way, the reason I know that you're lying, nobody died but the shooter. That's how good I am. Go somewhere else. Go kiss George Soros' ass, okay? Because after you kiss his ass, he's going to kill you.
So to your right
Bye.
would be, or to your left rather, would be the Home Depot. Just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at now, our camera turned around, so the Home Depot would be to your right, the Galleria and the parking deck would be to your left. We're looking south.
Right.
Towards,
Who's next?
And,
Anybody else next?
This all happened about 9:30 tonight, so the video that we're seeing
Wanna talk?
is happening around 10 o'clock or so. It's a pretty hectic scene. This is looking north.
So this happened at 9 o'clock.
North where the Costco would be.
Actually close to the Olive Garden too.
Weekend, let alone a holiday weekend, and now with
Yep.
Thanksgiving night here as well.
I'm not playing with them, Paul.
Police presence and the ambulance.
They don't know how good I am, do they?
You can see why the traffic was so bad tonight.
We do know.
Did they realize I work with ex-NSA and ex-CIA? Are they dumbasses?
Knowing that a lot of people were going to be at the mall
Don't even answer that question.
Obviously,
We know they're
several people came out, so
dumbasses.
they were, we do know, prepared at least with more police.
I'm
than
probably one of the
usual as
smartest
security
dudes you meet
got
online.
for this evening, so maybe a little bit more prepared than just an each day at the mall. And it does seem here that they were right on top of it, at least visibly present at the scene when it happened. And again,
Not good, guys.
monitoring the situation right now.
I have a feeling we're gonna have more.
Jeff Eliasoff and Larissa Scott on hand, two crews for.
I'm the first one to report it
Initially outside, it took
again on YouTube.
Jeff, it took him quite a while just to kind of
I was there on the scene with Las Vegas shooting.
Traffic was flowing out of there. Some personnel were around there. But
Here I am
they
again.
get in there. They talked to a few people outside to kind of get there. Since then. In about 30 minutes, so maybe in about 10 minutes or so, we'll get some word from
Why?
Galleria, the River Chase Galleria officials. What happened?
Because George Soros is a racist.
Moving forward.
And Larissa and Jeff are both heading to that news conference.
He's
right now,
racist.
so we're going to check in with them in just a few minutes.
He hired somebody to do it because he lost their job.
Yeah, Dan was kind of describing the area, but just to show exactly the location, what we're talking about right near the River Chase Galleria,
Right there.
of course, and Hoover. The location tonight where many people were gathered shopping. The whole area is very busy. Several stores around the area, and of course the main mall. Many people
There's 31.
that she was in the parking
Doug
garage,
Jones,
right outside
the
of
one that
JC
messed
Penney.
up the
That's where
Obama
she
vote.
describes it as it being a very dramatic scene.
Yeah,
People
Obamacare.
running out of the parking garage,
Doug
jumping into
Jones.
cars,
Bet you
and
Doug Jones had
security
something to do with this.
gunshots from that location. But again, this is a map right
Bet
now of
you.
the River Chase Galleria right in Hoover. An officer involved shooting. We do know that. We also know that the gunman is dead. We do know that there are several injuries.
Gunman's dead, folks.
People are involved.
Yeah, this is the west side of the Galleria there.
I didn't understand what he just said. He got retracted by YouTube, looks like. What happened, man? You okay? YouTube's kicking their butt, boss lady. By the way, my boss is in here. LMT, short shit, Tribbit, 24. One of my bosses.
With Larissa Scott about 15-20 minutes ago, and the scene was much quieter. In fact, I don't even know if any cars came by when she was doing that.
Yeah, that's because you got an asteroid. You got asteroids and meteors hitting the satellites.
But they are now home, so that kind of tells you people have gotten out.
Plus, live is all. We've had nothing but shitty internet. Just thought you might want to know that.
Tomorrow, how do you explain something like this happening?
Yeah, well, my wife was there with our teenage daughter. She's 14, so
Do what now?
The way you want her.
I could care less. Plays Fortnite's a little girl. Go back and play some Smurfs or whatever. That's what it reminds me of.
As I mentioned before, when I go into places, I look and see where the exits are. That's one of the first things I do.
Now, when you get Battlefield, then call me about that.
Where am I going to go? Where am I going to get out? So
Battlefield 5.
You have to be aware. You just have to be aware of your surrounding now.
It's gonna make Call of Duty look like a bitch.
Anything can happen anywhere, at any time.
Anywhere. So that's so obviously something I'm going to talk to her about tonight. Just about, hey, you got to be aware of your surroundings. Look around. Know whoever you're with. Make sure you know where they are. So like we heard tonight from a lot of witnesses.
Yeah. Fuck Auburn.
They are locking the store down, and it happened in several.
They locked the store. They're locking the store down. There goes your shopping. They're not letting nobody in or out. They're looking for another investigate. They're investigating and seeing if there's another shooter. So there you have it. This happened in the shoe store area. That's not the first shooting I've heard over shoes. What was it? Freaking shoe. Are you kidding me? They did that in Adamsville at the shoe store ago. Y'all really gonna fight over shoes? Bunch of lazy ass kids. Well, I'm gonna shoot you because you didn't give me the last shoe. Well, you should have gotten there faster. I'm not scared of nothing, man. I've had I've had CIA, NSA, FBI, SWAT team in my head with guns, and I'm still here. I'm not scared, dude. Not scared of nothing.
There were people moving quickly, but they weren't running and stampeding or anything like that. Now, we have heard from another woman who
Gotta be, man. Welcome to the Middle East. You can blame Obama, you can blame Clinton, you can blame all of them fighting in other countries. You didn't think this was coming, guys? You really didn't think? You really thought that we were going to be safe forever? About rainbows, okay? If you really think your government gives a shit about you, they don't. You need to be looking after each other. Us Americans need to fight against them, not against us.
The official news conference is coming up here, hopefully in another 5 or 10 minutes. Jeff Eliasoff, Larissa Scott.
But y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't know nothing but drugs and partying. And they're going to shoot and kill you for it.
Trying to find out what we can about tonight's shooting, which happened around 9:30 on this Thanksgiving night.
And what we're just hearing now is that news conference is happening at any moment. So our crews are
news conference any moment, folks. And then after the news conference, I am closing it off.
I believe most likely Hoover Police or someone from the Sheriff's Department will be speaking, giving us official information. We're very careful what we present to you as facts. We've been hearing a lot of witness accounts.
Official response. Yeah, happy Turkey Day. Just found out my mom's going to Tunica. Her and my stepfather, former Navy, going to Tunica. And I'm going to be babysitting my aunt and 4 dogs and giving y'all the real news again at 4 o'clock Eastern time, like always.
You have to be able to filter through that social media and find out what's fact, what is not fact. You know, you can
Video ain't down, partner.
Is that a picture from
Y'all gotta y'all gotta keep on going back in and out.
I mean, you don't
That's what's happening.
You can't, at least what we do for a living, you can't rely on that. So that's why we await the official word from these news conferences, which again we plan on hearing.
They come to my house too, and they didn't do shit because when I told them Marines militia was on my side, they backed out.
We were talking in our earlier newscast about going out shopping.
They know how strong we are.
Waiting in lines to get into these stores to get deals and to laugh with family and friends. We spoke to one family who said, "Hey, we just go."
What do you think Jason Ames got? He's with the Marines militia. They shot the wrong guy last year. Here we go. Here we go.
You guys tell me when you're ready. All right, I'm Captain Greg Rector with the Hoover Police Department and with the Investigative Bureau. About 9:52 p.m. tonight, we did receive a call of gunshots fired outside Foot Action at River Chest Galleria. We already had multiple officers that were working extra duty at the mall for traffic control and for police presence inside. What we know at this point is we had two individuals. We believe that they're both adults. We know one was 18 years old, got into a physical confrontation. He is 18 years old. He has been transported to UAB hospital. He has at least one gunshot wound. We believe he is in serious condition, but really don't have any other updates on his condition at this point. What we do know is after the exchange of gunfire between those two individuals, the person that shot the 18-year-old was fleeing the area when he was confronted by two Hoover officers who were in uniform. One of our Hoover officers engaged that individual, shot him, and he is dead on the scene. We contacted the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, and from an investigative standpoint, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department will be working the scene since we do have an officer-involved shooting. There are two other, I talked about the 18-year-old that's at UAB that was shot. We also have a 12-year-old female who was also struck.
Wow.
We don't have a lot of information on her condition. We believe last we heard that she was alert, conscious and talking, and that maybe she was going into surgery, but our last report from her was that she was alert. That's way too early in the investigation to have really any information yet as to who may have struck the 12-year-old girl.
Total have there been?
We have the individual that we have not identified yet that's dead on the scene. We have an 18-year-old male who shot and injured at UAB hospital. We have a 12-year-old female who shot and injured at Children's Hospital.
Can you talk about some of those injuries that transpired due to the rush?
Get out, man.
I don't have any information. I can't confirm or deny that. I have not heard any injuries sustained by anyone else.
Where was the 12-year-old shot? Like, where was she in the mall?
Yeah, I just know that she was in the general vicinity. I know she was near Foot Action, which is where all the activity took place.
And for clarification, you're saying that a Hoover police officer shot and killed the person who's dead on scene?
Yes, the Hoover police officer actually was running to the scene. He heard gunshots. He was obviously very near that scene. He actually shot and killed the person that shot and injured the other individual that was transported to UAB hospital.
And at this point, do you think the 18-year-old and the person who is now deceased got into a gunfight with each other?
Well, we know that they got into a physical altercation. We don't know at this point who else.
We're saying you're having the mall with police officers tonight because it is Black Friday, because the holiday time.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Officers is here in the mall because it's Black Friday.
Yes, absolutely. And this is something that we do every year. This is a big shopping day for us, as it is for people all over the country. We always gear up for extra manpower starting on Thanksgiving afternoon. We do that throughout the season, actually through Christmas. So numerous Hoover police officers were already on the scene working various assignments inside the Galleria and outside.
Do we know about how many people were here tonight when the shooting happened?
Oh, as far as shoppers, no, yeah, I have no idea on that information.
When will the mall open again?
Maybe someone else can get that information later, but I don't have an idea right now on when the mall may reopen.
Yes. Can you talk a little bit about your process? Because one of the things I noticed is that the entire perimeter of the mall was secured. Can you talk about the training that you guys have received and how that helped you to be able to?
Yeah, let's don't get into a lot of that. We obviously, our officers are well trained and they go through different types of training throughout the year, and I think they always do a good job of responding based on their training. Tonight, I think we were fortunate enough to have 2 officers that were very near an active shooting scene, and those officers rushed to that scene and actually encountered an individual that had just shot someone. So we were fortunate that that Hoover officer was there where he needed to be, and we believe at this point that that maybe he prevented further injuries.
Can you talk to us about how tough the situation was for that officer to shoot and kill someone in front of shoppers tonight?
Well, I think it's tough anytime anyone shoots somebody. If you have an officer involved shooting, that's obviously going to be a difficult situation. And we're fortunate that it's something that we don't have to encounter that often. But sure, that's going to be tough. No matter who's involved, it's going to be a tough situation.
Any other folks injured in the process of evacuating?
Yeah, I think we had that question earlier, and I don't have information one way or the other. I have not heard anything about anyone else being injured and related to this incident to this point.
So no police officers either?
Not that I'm aware of.
And just to be clear, the guy that Hoover police shot and killed, did that guy have a gun? And what led the officer to shoot him? Just to be clear, did that guy have?
Yes, I'm not going to get into the details, but yes, he encountered an armed subject fleeing the scene of a shooting where he had just shot someone else.
Oh,
so yes,
wow.
the Hoover officer encountered an armed individual, and he did shoot and kill that person.
Wow.
And just to be clear, he was fleeing. Did he have the gun in the air?
Yeah, we don't have that information yet. Well, obviously, that's going to be part of the investigation. Jefferson County District Attorney's Office will be looking into it. We'll be looking at every possible means to gather the evidence to prove exactly what happened, because that's what we want our investigation to show. That's what we want the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office investigation to show. We want it to paint a very clear picture of exactly what happened tonight.
My final question for you is, and you may have answered this, what part of the body was the 12-year-old?
Yeah, I don't know that information, and I probably wouldn't share that if I did at this point.
What do you want to share with the people of Hoover about the safety of shopping going forward during this season?
I think that we do a fine job. I think the gallery has been here
They
about
do.
33 years now, and I could probably count the number of people that had actually been shot on this property on either one or two of my hands. It's one of the safest
He's right.
shopping destinations. Unfortunately, if you get thousands and thousands of people together, and
Just want to know,
occasionally you're going to have violence, and unfortunately,
Hoover
sadly,
Police
for us,
is the
happens
best, I think, in Alabama.
All right.
They are really good people, and it was an 18-year-old. That's funny. He said 18-year-old. He's not going to tell us a lot of information. Hold on, he's going to say something. Hold on.
It's a sad day in Hoover tonight. Obviously, everybody enjoying their Thanksgiving meals during the day. Shoppers come out to have a good time and spend time out here. And like the captain
It's because it's fake, boss lady.
Work in this mall.
This is real.
For over 20 years, having additional police officers work inside, work outside, in addition to a lot of other shopping destinations in our city. And unfortunately, this took place tonight here. I'm very, very proud of the Hoover police officers who were on the scene. And again, as the captain said, thank God that we had our officers very, very close. They heard the gunfire, they engaged the subject, and they took out the threat. And as he said, that threat could have materialized into a lot more people being injured. And thank goodness that did not happen. We train for these type of things, and when we train for them, we hope we never have to actually engage in real life scenarios. But again, that's what we do for a living. And again, I just want to say how proud I am of our department.
Yeah, I'm proud of Hoover Police. They're awesome. I used to live in Hoover.
From the time that shooting
I've had 2 apartments there.
They engaged, and it was safe within seconds that it happened, and you don't see that too often. So I'm very, very proud of that. Yes.
There was an incident of gunfire last year, same night, right before Thanksgiving night.
Yeah, right now.
Well, again, we we heard about the gunfire last year. I'm not sure that we ever determined that it actually was. We know we had a fight inside, and then people were running, and then we had
that 18-year-old is the same 18-year-old that stole them guns a couple of weeks ago at the Hoover Tactical Firearms.
I call it nonsense that happens, and for some reason people.
I'm getting emails telling me it's the same dude. I had a feeling that was coming.
And it's not. And what takes place?
They couldn't find him.
We don't have it off.
Every time I take my eyes off the news to be with family, something happens. I know.
Holiday night to enjoy themselves and find bargains, what people are supposed to be doing. And not engage.
My phone went off.
Y'all are so well prepared.
I got notifications for 13 because I'm good friends with Jerry Tracy.
Turn them all back over. Obviously, we've just begun our investigation.
Jerry Tracy's the weatherman.
A lot of hours
NBC.
left, and of course we've got the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, which we're doing their investigation because of the officer-involved shooting. District Attorney is here, so again, several more hours of work that needs to take place. But again, hopefully by tomorrow.
That is the officer that was involved with the shooting. He was the shooter, guys.
We know this is a safe environment. And,
I repeat, that is the shooter that shot the 18-year-old.
Again, we want people to feel safe.
18-year-old is dead.
Any changes for the upcoming shopping season? Will you guys have additional?
He was shooting somebody else and then came to the mall and shot somebody else. Ain't that something?
When something happened, we engaged.
This is a second separate shooting
like I said, within
tonight from the same guy.
Anticipate any
and they shot a 12-year-old and a mother and somebody else is what I'm finding out.
Well, there was really no report. Our officers were close enough that they heard the gunfire. I saw the gentleman that got shot go down.
No, this is Hoover Police Department. This is Hoover Galleria.
And then they engaged. And again, like this thing was very, very quick. Very fluid, very quick.
But that's the guy that killed him right there. That's the officer.
That heard the gunfire.
He was undercover, guys. Yes, 18-year-old dead.
Black Friday or during the holiday season. We've always said that we've got so many police officers out here that we think that is certainly a deterrent.
Okay. Thank you for that, Dennis.
Takes place out here, so
I had no idea. They wouldn't tell me.
It happens everywhere. And again, I'm just thank God that we were able to get the situation handled quickly and without anybody else getting hurt.
Have you all been able to determine where the gun was from, what area it's from?
No, so we don't know anything about it. Not yet. Thank you, and we'll let Mary.
I'm usually the first one on the scene, so if y'all need any more help or anything, y'all let me know. We got another person.
Tonight was supposed to be a very special night.
I think that's the mayor. It is Mayor Frank.
It attracts individuals from to full. It's an event that folks look forward to each and every year.
He's a good guy.
And we had an unfortunate situation, and probably in the safest, one of the safest places in America.
He is right.
Is the Hoover Galleria Mall.
He's right.
Chase Galleria Mall. I'm just grateful for the rapid, professional response of our police
14
officers.
is not dead.
They acted with such heroism. They acted appropriately and quickly, and acted in a way that prevented something that could have been much worse than what we have here tonight. It's already a bad situation.
YouTube told me to tell you bye.
To them, our firefighters, our paramedics that arrived on the scene. Again,
Dennis.
They are all so professional and well trained and very experienced individuals, and took the situation.
You send me a message telling you that
it was very chaotic.
It's nothing to play with.
Neutralized that situation and got it under control quickly.
You're probably going to lose your account.
And I just appreciate. Birmingham, Hoover metropolitan area that everything.
Well, you had 18-year-old, a 12-year-old girl, a mother, and another person. I don't know if it was a male or female, but it was a fight going on. This is not the first shooting, though, that was at the Galleria. Somebody else, he was in the shooting with somebody else before he got to the Galleria. So this is not the first shooting from the guy. And this is the guy that stole the guns at Hoover Tactical Firearms a couple of weeks ago and got away with the guns. This was planned. This was planned by George Soros. But the guy with the Oakley cap, undercover cop, shot him.
That was the very latest from our news conference here this evening.
Nice.
One person
That's all I got
killed,
to say.
2 others injured, and
You think you're going to make it, man. If you're on here trying to start crap and you think you're going to a war with former military that's the police officers, you are dead wrong. This is the real deal, not the fake stuff you've been watching. This is real.
That 18-year-old was taken to UAB with at least 1 gunshot wound, possibly in serious condition at this time. After that, the and one of the Hoover police officers shot the gunman who had a gun. A
no, this is real, Chevy.
18-year-old.
This
also,
is a real one.
There was a 12-year-old that was shot, 12-year-old female that was struck by one
this
of the
was not a drone.
We're told that she is alert. We do not know her condition at this time.
This is the real deal.
It is possible that she is heading to surgery right now.
It was
We
planned.
know that she is at Children's of Alabama. The Hoover Police, Hoover PD, there were 2 officers that were in the vicinity of those gunshots. They're saying how thankful they were that those Hoover police officers were in that area.
Yeah, this is real.
Where the gunman had shot that 18-year-old at the time, because the situation really could have been much worse. They spoke about the extra manpower at the mall, how they had plenty of extra security being prepared going into tonight, and they're saying that again, they're thankful that those Hoover police officers were around that area to prevent any more injuries in this situation for this evening. They're saying that they're proud of their officers for being there. Again, a very unfortunate situation, but they're saying in over 30 years of the Galleria being here that they don't remember anything like this to this extent happening.
And they could not tell us how the
YouTube just told me just now your name on your YouTube channel. Israel Gomez gets kicked off for putting Israel Gomez on his name. Ain't that something? YouTube just thanks for telling me, YouTube. You can't have Israel on there. Wow, doesn't surprise me. Nope.
Run into 2 Hoover police officers who were armed and confronted the guy. Who knows what would have happened?
Right, and the investigation at this point is in the hands of the Jefferson County Sheriff's
Some
Office
messages are not coming up, guys.
Involved
So
shooting. They're
sad.
going to continue
She said,
with this investigation, of course, over the next
God be
several
with
days.
them all.
Again, 1 killed, 2 people injured this evening. About 9:52, they called that in at the Hoover River Chase Galleria Mall this evening. Again, the mall is closed at this
Jerry
time.
Tracy must be at
We're going to bring you
home.
the very latest information with our morning newscast that's starting at 4 a.m. We'll also have the very latest online.
So that's it, guys. If I know any more, I'll let you know. Please subscribe, like, and share because I'm working hard for you. I was the first one on the scene last year with the Las Vegas shooting. I have a feeling we're not done shooting yet, guys. But I love you all. Y'all be safe. God bless. And God bless America. We love you.